Hello and welcome to the Ridiculously Good VA Show with Tracy Daviero. If you are a virtual assistant or want to be one, this is the place to learn the tips and tricks you need to become a ridiculously good VA. I've been a part of the VA industry since 1998, and I'm excited to get to know you and help you build an amazing business. Let's go. Hey there, welcome to another episode of the podcast that teaches you how to be a ridiculously good virtual assistant. I am at the tail end of this bronchitis, I swear. I hope my voice is not annoying you on the last few episodes. It's annoying me, so I totally get it, but hang in there. We're almost at the other side of it. Today we're going to talk about something that will help you manage your time better in your VA business. Actually, a number of things, and I think they're easy time-saving solutions for you. Today's quote is from William Penn. Time is what we want most, but what we use worst. Superlatives suck, right? This quote probably seems mean, but it's not really. None of us use every moment of our time wisely, but if you're strategic with some things in your VA business, you can use your time very wisely. And by doing so, you will get more done. And guess what? That means you make more money. Let's go. I'm going to talk today about how you can save time while you do VA work. Now, I'm not talking about speed. I never ever tell you to work faster. Well, that's not entirely true. I do talk about keeping a good work pace. I'll talk a little bit about that later. But there are 4 simple things that you can implement in your business that can help you work more efficiently. And working efficiently is what will help you save time. Efficiency helps you use the time you have as wisely as possible. Productivity talks about getting things done. Efficiency means working smart. Like William Penn says, we all want more time. Why is that? I think it's because we're spending too much on things and we're running out of it when we don't need to. For a VA, you've heard me say it many times, time is literally money. Your clients pay you to do work, often by the hour, but you physically take the time to do the client work, and that's how you charge them. So your time is their money. And in order to earn as much money as you can, you need to make sure that you're being productive and efficient, both. Here are some things you can do to help. Number 1 is checklists. I bet you knew I was going to say that. I am a huge advocate of using checklists. You can set simple ones up in Google Sheets or Trello or any project management system, or you can even just print them on paper. Where they are doesn't really matter as long as they detail the steps that you need to take to complete them. And they need to be checkable. You can check the tasks off as you go. I've done this a number of ways. Some things I printed on paper, and then I put inside a transparency sleeve and stuck them up on my office bulletin board. I would check things off with a dry erase marker, wipe it clean, and reuse it next time. Really, I have done that. I still do that with some things. For me, simple is always best. And at the time, I used several checklists in the same way. The reason it's so important to do what works for you is that you have to use it in order for it to be effective. I've also made simple shareable spreadsheets. When I need to share something with a client, it makes it easy to detail all of the steps to do a project, and we could also add in things like deadline dates and who was responsible for what. It was easy to see the project status at a glance and what was coming up next, even just in a simple Google Sheet. Or Excel sheet, whichever you desire, whichever you think. Now I use Trello, but I've used so many other project management systems and we had online checklists in all of them. They are terrific, but everybody needs to use them. But Tracy, I hear you ask, why do I need a checklist for things that only I do? This is something that VAs tell me all the time when I suggest that they use checklists. I'm the only person doing the work. I know the steps. I don't need a checklist. Well, yeah, you do. Your brain saves so much time when you don't have to think about where you stopped and where you need to begin again. I actually had a private client once, and this was her biggest issue, was how to work in between tasks, how to transition from one task to another. because you have to remember where you were, you have to begin again, maybe you have to open a bunch of files or reference something. All of that time needs to be taken into consideration, and checklists can really help you slim down that time, because you look at the checklist, you can see the last thing checked off, and you say, oh, that's where I begin. Saving minutes every day can really, really help. It adds up. It absolutely adds up. When you can look at a checklist and just do a couple of things on it, if you have some time now, that's another great way to use them. And actually, that's mostly the way I use them now. You do not have to sit down and do the entire 2-hour task all at once. Here, I'll give you an example. I love checklists for my checklist. I have a couple from my podcasts. I have 20 steps on my podcast production checklist. I do a podcast every week, as you know, and of course I know how to do it. I mean, it's not hard. There are a lot of steps. But from doing my research to creating images, to writing my script, to recording it, editing it, there are a lot of steps. As I said, 20. But every single week, a year into recording my podcast, which is, we're just over a year now, every week I use it, because it means I don't need to do everything all in one sitting. I can do my images for one day if I have some time, or just if I feel like working on images that day. I can look for quotes for 10 upcoming episodes if that's what I feel like doing, or if that's the amount of time that I have available today. By checking it off the list, I know what needs to be done for each episode at a glance. That is what we call working efficiently. I can help you design checklists for everything you do in your business. It's actually something I do really, really well. If you don't already have procedures in place for everything you do, that's where we start. You can get more time back in your schedule if you start to work more efficiently by using checklists. Number 2 is templates. Not the same as a checklist. The next thing that's going to help you with your efficiency is working with templates. Newsletter templates, email, invoice, image, onboarding, RFP responses, task project templates. You name it, you can probably create a time-saving template for everything you do. And if you can, you should. Creating templates for your client work actually helps you churn out more stuff for them. You can do a month's worth of newsletters faster. You can create eye-catching and branded social media graphics and with templates. It's definitely more about efficiency than speed, but it helps you with both. I love templates. I think everybody should use them. Why would you want to recreate the wheel every time you sit down to create a social media post? Now, again, I'm not talking sort of specifically about speed, at least not directly. I'm going to back up just a little for a second, talk about task pricing. Deliverable pricing. It's how I teach you to bill your clients. Why? Because when you bill your clients for the deliverable, that piece that they get at the end, it doesn't really matter how fast you do it. The faster you do it, the more money you make. I will do an episode about billing by deliverable if I don't already have one, but I will tag it in the show notes below if I have it. But suffice it to say that I teach you to bill that way, because then you're billing for your expertise and you don't lose money by being more efficient or faster. It helps you find ways to do things more efficiently because you can do them more in less time, but the client pays the same amount of money. Anyway, I don't want to get sidetracked on deliverable pricing or task pricing, but it's really important, and especially with templates. By creating templates, you can get more done in less time, but you still get paid for that expertise. I don't teach skill stuff like Canva, but I sure can help you define where you can implement templates in your business to increase your workflow, probably even tenfold. Number 3 is habits and routines. It's how you work every day. And oh yes, you guys know I love to talk about this stuff, but I talk about it because it works. If you've ever read the book Atomic Habits, you will know about habit stacking, which I think is a very cool concept. Well, it actually works too, not just a concept. What it is it means stacking a new habit on top of an existing one. And it's a great way to create an efficient routine and to implement a new habit into your daily routine. I'll give you an example. I should probably have a business example, but I give this example all the time. My husband takes his daily medication right after he brushes his teeth, and he never forgets to take it because he never forgets to brush his teeth. I should probably take a page out of his book. I don't take my medication after I brush my teeth, and sometimes I miss it. But the point is, that's a great example of habit stacking, and I think one that everybody probably can buy into or understand. If you have trouble forming new habits, do it that way. Add on one thing at a time of something else that you're doing anyway, that you always do, that you do every day. If you take the dogs for a walk, do something immediately before or immediately after. It's a very good way to add a new habit and be able to, create it in something that is sort of seamless, but just becomes effortless for you. How many days do they say it takes to create a new habit or to have it take? 21, I think, right? So do that for 3 weeks and then you will have that habit. You'll be doing it every day. You won't even think about it anymore. And if you want to, then you can move it to anywhere else in your schedule. But beginning by adding it to something that you're already doing every day already is habit stacking. And if you move it to somewhere else, maybe you can stack other things around it and start to build on it. A great example of creating a new habit is taking 20 minutes every morning to do your social media check-ins. I actually challenge you to start this today. I firmly believe that a lot of VAs spend way too much time on social media, and they don't have specific objectives for what they're trying to achieve with it. What are you trying to do? You're trying to get clients. How do you get clients? Daily business conversations. That should be your daily objective on social media. So if you make it a habit, part of your morning routine, you can actually start working towards that goal. Take 20 minutes and decide which groups you're going to go to or which platforms, whatever. Connect with how many people, how many likes, shares, comments. Be strategic. Do it every single day and stop after 20 minutes. I promise you're going to get better at it with practice and you will get clients from it in 20 minutes a day, 20 strategic minutes a day. I can teach you what to do and say in those 20 minutes that's going to get you those clients. And the last thing you can do to save time in your VA business is number 4, regular cost benefit analysis. Ugh, what does that sound like, right? This is kind of a tricky one. How much automation do you bring into your business? What about subcontractors? Getting help to do what you do is the final time saver for today's episode. Doing a cost benefit analysis is easy, even if you've never done one before. I'm going to explain it to you. Basically, you're looking to see if paying for a person or a service to help you with what you're trying to get done makes sense. You compare the cost to the benefit of having the extra service or the extra person. Here's an example that I hope makes sense. You manually create social media post captions for your clients every week. It takes you, say, 3 hours each week to create the captions and then to repurpose some of it for social media images. You then use Canva to create images with that content. There's another 90 minutes. Then you download each image from Canva, name it, and store it in your shared folders. That takes another hour. Then you post the content to your planner and schedule each post to go out. Maybe that takes another 90 minutes. So we're looking at 7 hours to do that task. If you're billing the client at $40 per hour, that's $280 a week. Very simple example. If it's not relative to your business, that's okay. Ask me about how to make it relative to your business. But that's a really common one, something with a lot of different steps, a lot of different opportunities to perhaps automate or get help, right? What could help you do this task, your 7 hours, more efficiently? Post planners that can pull in CSV files of content and image URLs for one. I recently started using Metricool and it does that. So you put all of your stuff into a Google Sheet or into an Excel sheet, CSV file. You can import everything and you can automatically post. You can set your schedule up. What about a sub to help with the Canva part? Maybe. That could definitely be an option, right? Templates for Canva images, that can definitely help you do this task more efficiently. So weigh out what these things might cost versus how you're doing it now. The sub doing the Canva work means you can pay out 2.5 hours at maybe $25 per hour, right? $63.50. And you can then take on more clients to do the other steps. Imagine if you had 4 clients that you were doing this particular work for, and that is not just 7 hours now, that's 28 every week. Of course, you can get help with certain steps. Maybe that would make sense for you. Bringing on more clients brings in more top-line revenue for you, and it helps you be able to get more work done. Anyway, that's just an example. I just want to explain to you how the cost-benefit analysis works so that you can help or use it to help you make decisions in your business. Analyzing your revenue and workflows regularly is a really good way to help you save time as you get busier. So, how does all that sound? Time saving? That's what I promised you, and I promise you it will be time saving. You need to start giving at least some of these options a try, especially that 20 minutes a day connection time. It truly is a game changer. I'm going to leave it here for today so I save us both some time. But I want you to know that I can help you do this stuff in your business. It's literally the reason that I'm here, to help you become a ridiculously good VA. This is exactly the kind of stuff I help VAs do. As a VA coach and trainer, I help you set yourself up for success, helping you fix the specific things that are going wrong in your business. When we work together, either privately or in a group, we talk specifically about your business and you. There's no one-stop solution for everyone when it comes to service businesses like your VA business. I can help you get clarity around what the issues are you're having and cheer you on as you walk through the steps we designed to help you fix them. I've helped hundreds of VAs through their challenges and got them on their way to growing their business and the lifestyle that they dream of, and I would love to do the same thing for you. You are welcome to work with me privately. I love my private coaching clients, or you can join the Virtual Circle, my mastermind group for virtual assistants, who I also love. Check it out at yourvamentor.com/TVC, as in the Virtual Circle. I bet it's exactly what you need to start running the VA business you dream of. Reach out to me if you're interested or if you have questions. That's all I've got for this week. I will see you next time. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Ridiculously Good VA Show. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. For more great resources for your VA business, visit my website at yourvamentor.com. I'll see you back here next time.